Good morning, and welcome to episode 20 of What Lies Ahead, the discussion series that the Bay Club has been having with its members in the community. Today, we are switching up the format, and instead of having a group of members or guests on to have conversations about their experiences over the course of the last 7 weeks, Matthew and I are going to share with you the letter to the membership that we were able to publish on Friday, May 1, in the evening of Friday, May 1, after watching the news for the entire week and getting to a place where we felt like we could actually put pen to paper and give some more information to our members about what it's going to look like to resume services at the Bay Club. And we are very excited to do that. So it's a big document, and we felt like it was really appropriate for us to go through the document with you and also add a little color commentary, because even though we've tried to answer as many questions as we think you're going to have, we're sure that we've missed a couple, and we are going to continue to communicate with you through this. So the format for today is I'm going to read this document, and then I will take some breaks. We're going to break it into 6 sections. And I'll offer an opportunity for Matthew to give some feedback, add some more information, maybe tell a little bit of the why behind the decisions and where we think we're going to be able to get to going forward. And at the end, again, we'll always be taking questions at thenewnormal@bayclubs.com. So with that, boss, I think we're ready to get started.
Let's go. It's exciting. Okay. Let's get the lights on.
Welcome back, Bay Club community. Dear Bay Club members, 2 words that we are so excited to say as soon as possible. Welcome back. As we discussed on What Lies Ahead last week, we are, fingers crossed, looking forward to restoring club services and welcoming members as a part of phases 2 and 3 for California and Oregon. We have anticipated that access to golf courses would be the first service resumed, followed by tennis and lap swimming. In the last week, we received notice that we could apply to reopen golf services at Fairbanks Ranch Country Club in San Diego. 1 day later, we received notice that the stay-at-home order for 6 Bay Area counties now has adjusted protocols to allow for incremental recreational activities that are provided within our fitness, sports, family, and hospitality portfolio. Our first targeted opening of services will be for golf at Fairbanks Ranch, Boulder Ridge Golf Club in San Jose, and Stone Tree Golf Club in Novato on Tuesday, May 5th, 2020. We look forward to announcing additional recreation and family offerings that will be available to members in the coming weeks. Please look for communication updates in the Daily Bay and at bayclubs.com. Given that there have been so many changes in our communities over the past 6 weeks, we know that you have many questions about returning to the club. Our goal is to make sure you feel safe and reassured that we have a well-thought-out approach to restoring our services. With that in mind, we've compiled the below list of questions from members who have sent feedback through our What Lies Ahead discussion series, emails, and Bay Club Connect. How is Bay Club responding during this wholly unprecedented time period? If you ask our associates, we've worked harder during the 45 days our services were temporarily suspended than while we operated the clubs during normal hours. Consistent with our long-held commitment to provide safe and clean environments for our members, guests, and associates, we intensified our cleaning measures by disinfecting every property, conducting deep cleanings, executing preventative maintenance of equipment, and completing seasonal refresh projects. More importantly, although from virtual offices, we have collaborated on creating, developing, and implementing policies for operating under the new normal. To view all of our preventative measures, please click on the following link. Resuming operations, the new normal. Did Bay Club pay their associates during the temporary suspension? At peak, the Bay Club employs over 6,000 associates, 1,500 full-time and 4,500 part-time throughout California and Oregon. With the exception of frontline associates who worked less than 10 hours per week, approximately 500, Bay Club has been able to keep our team together during the time that services have been suspended. Given that everyone has stayed on our payroll, we are very well equipped to relaunch services starting in May 2020. Boss, why don't I take a break there and let you jump in?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Well, first of all, welcome back. We're thrilled to have the members coming back to the clubs, and with May 5th being the first kickoff, launching the golf services at Fairbanks, Stone Tree, and Boulder, and we expect to have announcements every day or week as we continue to turn on the lights for all the different locations as part of it. You know, I think some of the commentary we'll put to this is, first of all, thanks for your patience. There's a ton of moving parts here. As Annie said, leading into this, we are at the watching every one of the broadcasts that are coming out from whether or not it's federal, state, or local. We get information really live, just like the public does, and then we need to react to it to try to figure out how to operate the Bay Club company, as well as be a leader in the process of allowing the active lifestyle category in general to get its lights back on and moving when it's safe and healthy for that to happen as part of it. So we realize people are frustrated. They want more information. They want more information sooner. We're doing our best. One of the things we don't want to do is send out information too quickly that's going to be incorrect in the next 6 or 12 hours. So I think the first step I want to say is just sort of thanks to everybody for their patience. And I know that's been one of the things we've heard from the customer base is keep communicating with us, and we realize we have to take our time on that. Number two, I think it's important for people to know that we did not seek federal buyout dollars. So we did not participate or seek a loan from the federal government to operate our business. We did ask the members, if you could, to continue to pay dues, but we allowed people to go to 50% or zero dues. And we were very focused on this is our responsibility to step up and keep this company together. And during good times, we flourish, and in challenging times, we got to step up and do the right thing. So we have been focused on doing the right things, paying our landlords, focused on keeping our associates together and paying our associates, and doing the work necessary to make sure that these clubs are ready to receive our customer base as soon as we are allowed to by federal, state, and local authorities from that perspective. To that point, it shows you a link to resuming operations, the new normal. It's a 30-page document that we've put together that we have been circulating around to the federal authorities, state authorities, and all of the local authorities. And we've also given it to all of our colleagues in the industry. So we've reached out to all of the different operators, well, it may be a swim and tennis, an athletic club, a nonprofit, a regional chain, a national chain. And our focus has been, we're going to try to take the lead and put together documents that can help everybody successfully provide a service for the whole community that wants to be part of the active lifestyle setup piece by piece. So for those looking for a lot of specifics, we highly recommend that you click on Resuming Operations, the New Normal. You'll be able to find it on our website, at our member portal. You'll be able to go to our website, click on our updated information. You'll see this letter. You can click on this and download that document. So if you're looking for the meat and potatoes about all of the pieces of the puzzle of what we're trying to do, that's the heart of our 30-page document that we've put together to sort of lead this charge of creating a very safe, healthy environment to welcome customers back into this category, and definitely our Bay Club community back to us. Does that cover sort of what we'd like to chat about in our intro?
Yeah, I think that's a really good high-level overview of the additional pieces that we've been focused on and also committed to, right? That's really been our focus.
Yep.
Okay, let's dig into questions about the membership. With services projected to be restored in May 2020, how do I regain booking privileges? All members who continued to pay full dues during the temporary suspension of services have remained active in our system and will automatically be able to make reservations as we resume services. Separate communication will be provided with the details on when additional services will resume, along with the booking process. Members who elected to reduce and/or waive dues will have two options to return to active status. One, members can contact the member experience team at bayclubconnect.com to reactivate their membership, or two, memberships will automatically be reactivated when services available to the member have resumed. For example, if your membership includes access to tennis, your booking privileges and dues will be activated once tennis service resumes. Specific questions related to leave of absence, financial hardship, medical hardship, and other topics we will address below. When will I receive my member statement for May 2020? Will I receive one if I elected to reduce or waive dues? Regardless of your status or due selection, we are currently planning to send May 2020 member statements on or near Thursday, May 7 to the entire membership base. If there is a balance due, we are planning to debit accounts approximately 10 business days after the billing statements are sent. Please note, if you have elected to reduce or waive dues and there is no balance due, you will still receive a statement, but with no payment required. If you have any questions regarding your statement, please contact the member experience team at bayclubconnect.com. Will advanced booking options for golf and tennis change as clubs reopen? For golf, we are accepting golf reservations now, and we will be adjusting advanced golf reservations accordingly. Sapphire members, 7 days in advance, Diamond members, 5 days in advance, and Platinum members, 3 days in advance. Our target date for opening golf at Fairbanks Ranch, Stone Tree, and Boulder Ridge is Tuesday, May 5, 2020. For tennis booking privileges are slightly different depending on location. All local rules for tennis reservations will apply. We are accepting tennis reservations now with a target opening date of Friday, May 15, 2020 at most, if not all, our locations. Please check the individual club websites for specific details. Can I place my membership on leave of absence if I am not ready to return? If a member has their membership reactivated and they are not ready to return to the club for any reason, they can place their membership on leave of absence, retroactive to May 1, 2020. Club West memberships will be placed on a leave of absence at 50% of regular dues. Executive Club, Campus, and single site memberships will be placed on leave of absence at $50 a month. Simply visit bayclubconnect.com and select Contact Us to request your LOA. What if I have either a medical or financial hardship due to the COVID-19 situation? If you have a medical or financial hardship that prevents you from using the club, we'll be happy to address those concerns individually. Simply visit bayclubconnect.com and select Contact Us to get in touch with our member experience team. So that was quite a bit of information. Why don't I pause there and kind of hand it off to you to provide some more contents?
Yeah, thanks, AA. I think as we break this down, when this whole situation started in March 15th of 2020, we were faced with decisions, as were all other businesses in the marketplace, on how we were going to handle it. And we took a couple of days before we went out to the membership base to say, okay, here's our thoughts. First, we're going to keep our team together. So we're going to keep our payroll, and we're going to focus on what it takes in order for us to take care of our associates that have been with us for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, make sure that they are taken care of. Number two is we're going to focus on making sure that we have an ability to get our lights on, and we could already see that life was going to be different. So we were going to need a workforce in order to be able to do that. And three, what was the fair thing to do with the membership base as far as whether or not, even though our expenses were continuing, we couldn't provide the services because government was telling us we couldn't be open. And what is the fair thing with the membership base? What we chose to do was go to the members and say, 3 options. We'd love for you to continue to pay your dues if you can, because our expenses are going to continue at not a full rate, but they're going to continue significantly during this time period. If you can't, could you pay 50% of your dues that can help us out while we go through this time period, not knowing how long? However, we definitely, for those that can't pay their dues or just don't believe they should have to pay their dues, we need to make sure that they have that option during that time period. And that's how we've operated since March 16th, and we stand by that. As we now turn on the lights, we sort of make a minor pivot on this process. So as our services come back on, we basically, those that have continued to pay dues, we first say thank you, we appreciate it. It's helped us immensely as we've tried to figure out a way through this process. Your services are already in place, you can book reservations and you're good to go. For those that are seeing services turned on, like golf, we're turning on the membership access for the individuals who are paying for golf so that they can make reservations, and they will now have dues that they will be responsible for. If they think about it and say, hey, I don't want to come back yet, I don't feel comfortable coming back, you can place that membership on leave of absence. And if there is some type of hardship, whether or not it's medical or financial, we'll address that and we'll take a look at that and try to do the right thing in every single situation. So that's how we've sort of gone from what happens with all of our services turned off to now as some of our services coming back on, and trying to find that balance of doing the right thing, but at the same time, all of our expenses, as we turn on the lights, we're back to an operating company with a significant amount of operating expenses. And so as a membership, we need the members to pay their dues, but we've also got to do the right thing by the members if they don't feel comfortable coming back to the club. So AA, I know you've been involved in these hours and hours of conversations that the senior exec team has been having to try to find this balance of doing the right thing and figuring out how to put the answers to these questions. So any additional color you want to add?
Yeah, I would add to the, members from our thought process is, I think one of the things that we've said a couple of times in the senior executive team meetings is there's no handbook for running a business in a pandemic. And I think most people trying to run businesses right now feel that way. And so we are doing our best. And we're trying to make sure that the decisions are very fair, but that they also allow us to maintain the Bay Club business. And so I think that, what I would let the members know is that that's our perspective. We want to make sure our associates are taken care of, our members are safe, and that we can continue to operate our clubs. And those are kind of the 3 prongs that we are approaching all of our decision making with.
Agreed.
Okay, let's keep going. What happens if I have a paid in full membership? As always, the same opportunities exist for members who pay annually as those who choose to pay monthly. For members who have an upcoming annual membership renewal, please look for a renewal statement once services resume. What about my monthly locker, parking charge, or reoccurring service package? Once service has resumed, you will begin to see reoccurring charges for items such as monthly lockers, parking charges, and some other programs. Please note, activation for services such as spa and small group fitness programs will occur at a later date once services resume. Members do not need to contact the member experience team regarding these fees. The adjustments will be made automatically. What happens to my prepaid training packages or programs? All training packages and programs have been extended to an expiration date of December 31st, 2020, giving everyone plenty of time to enjoy the service purchased. Even better news, we have retained most, if not all, our professionals during this wholly unprecedented time period. So you should expect to see a familiar face when you return for your lessons or training sessions. What happens to the lifestyle points on my account? This might be like the best question of the letter. All lifestyle points on your account have been extended until December 31st, 2020, giving everyone plenty of time to use their current inventory of points. How do I reach the Bay Club's member experience team? We are proud to announce that the Bay Club's member experience team interacted with over 60,000 inquiries since March 16, 2020, and over 80% of those interactions were over the phone. Thank you to our entire Bay Club community for your patience over the past 45 days. Going forward, the best way to reach our team is through your member portal at bayclubconnect.com or by downloading the Bay Club Connect app on your mobile phone. You can learn more about Bay Club Connect under the members section at bayclubs.com. Additionally, you can call the team at 888-646-4660. Okay, boss, I'm going to hand the baton back to you for a little bit more color commentary.
Yeah, thanks. Well, hopefully everybody's seeing that we've really worked hard to try to put together a document that answers most of the macro questions that members have. We will be following up pretty much on a daily basis with specific, sport-specific, fitness-specific, family-specific documents to groups that are of our membership base that typically are using those types of experiences. So we know who our tennis group is, and we'll be spending out this week a detailed letter to our tennis members, walking through SOPs for tennis and walking through all of what we expect to happen on the tennis side of the world. Same thing goes with golf, same thing goes with squash, same thing goes with family, same thing goes with fitness. The way that we're approaching this is we really look at this and say, look, it's going to be a 4-month ramp up. In the month of May, we're going to get some services turned on. We're going to have more, if not all services turned on in June. They'll continue to ramp from, if it's at 50% to higher throughout July and August. And we would expect that we're more closer to normal operations, but operating under the new normal when we get to sort of September of 2020. That's our best guesstimate. As Annie said, look, there is no playbook for us. So therefore, we're just trying to figure out and plot this out and think about how it's going to work and what do we have to do to make sure people feel safe coming back to their Bay Club community, and also how we can be a leader in this category for other clubs. So not just Bay Club, but everybody that does things in the active lifestyle space can slowly get their businesses and their operations back up and running from that. When it comes to your member statements and how your membership works, I think you're going to see we're taking a very conservative approach at that, which is it will be, we're turning on golf, but the members don't have access to their lockers, a significant access to the locker rooms, and they aren't going to be allowed to store their bags on property if they're going to use them on a consistent basis. So we're not going to charge a bag fee during that time period, but when you can store your bag, then we'll turn back on that fee as part of it. And we realize it will be a stair-stepped approach, and we will keep communicating with the membership piece by piece as we go through that process. So what I would ask is, if it's possible, if it's okay, is just a little bit of patience as we do this. We've got our head on a swivel. We're very focused on doing the right thing. And we're trying to think of every question that members could be asking and how to do the right thing by the members, by our employees, and be able to have a business that will be successful for many years to come on a go-forward basis. And it's that balance that we're searching for. We're so appreciative of the patience everybody's had in this, we use the term wholly unprecedented situation that none of us could have envisioned going through. So hopefully that helps as members are trying to understand what's the why behind Bay Club. And that's why Annie and I are doing this today with you. AA?
Okay, let's get into club operations. Will operating hours be adjusted at my club? As we begin restoring services, we will operate most activated locations from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. For club-specific hours, please refer to your club location website. Based on feedback from local, state, and federal authorities, we definitely expect to expand hours in future phases throughout the summer season. Our current thought is to resume regular hours of operation by September 1st, 2020, if not sooner. How do I access the club? Will I need a reservation to use the club, and how will that process work? Is this different from golf, tennis, and squash? One of our main priorities while services have been suspended at the clubs is focusing on systems and protocols to keep our members and associates safe once service resumes. A focus during this time was activating a reservation system for all areas of the club. The system will have two components, both found on Bay Club Connect. For members making golf, tennis, or squash reservations, the previously existing systems continue to be in place for your reservations. For all other club services, indoor and outdoor, we are encouraging members to make a reservation for the time they would like to use any area of the club once services resume through Bay Club Connect, similar to how you would use OpenTable for restaurant reservations. Reservations will be available in 30-minute time blocks with a 90-minute time limit and can be made for multiple areas of the club up to 7 days in advance once services resume. Similar to the restaurant model, if you arrive at the club without a reservation, we will accommodate you if space allows. How long will my reservation be held if I am running late? We will do our best to accommodate all members with reservations for the club. We request that members participating in fitness programs or activities arrive at least 5 minutes before the start of the session. If a member is using any other area of the club, we will hold the reservation for up to 15 minutes after the original start time. Policies may differ based on activity and club location. Can I arrive early for my reservation? What happens if I stay late? With a focus on creating safe spaces for our members and associates, we will make accommodations to reservation extensions as long as proper physical distancing is maintained according to local and state guidelines. If I do not show up for a reservation, will I get charged? At this time, we will not be charging members for reservations they can't make. However, if possible, we ask that you cancel your reservation through your Bay Club Connect account so that we are able to accommodate other members. Will safety zones for members over 65 years old be provided? Yes. Certain areas or classes at each club will be designated as senior-only zones for our members over 65 years old. Please stay tuned for more details coming from your specific club locations. What will I be allowed to bring to the club? You will be allowed to bring most of the items that you are used to having with you when visiting the club. The only thing we ask that members do not bring to the club is used tennis, squash, or racquetballs. Otherwise, gym bags, water balls, and the like are allowed at the club. What amenities will be available at my club when services are restored? For club-specific information, please reference your individual club website. Will food and beverage service be available at the club? During the initial opening phase, we will have limited food and beverage options available to our members. Please reference your individual club website for club-specific options. Since we know food and beverage service is an important part of your Bay Club experience, please know we are working on providing increased menu offerings during your future phases. Okay, boss, why don't I stop there and we can discuss operations?
Yeah. When we talk about operations, if I'm reading through this document and listening to Annie, I think the biggest thing that might jump out to a member is to say, so are you telling me that I now have to make a reservation to come to the club forever? For the rest of my life, if I want to be a member of Bay Club, do I have to make a reservation for a specific area? The answer to that is we don't know that. We don't know. We don't think so. We think the world will get back to a new normal. We do think people are going to go to, the airplanes are going to fill up, hotel rooms are going to fill up. People are going to go watch the Giants and the Warriors play in stadiums. You're going to go to concerts. What we're focused on is how do we help sort of allow this to start to come back? How do we bring back active lifestyle? And how do we do it in a safe, healthy way that can provide social distancing, proper sanitation, and control the volume, not unlike what you've seen at the grocery stores and retail stores. So today, if you go to the grocery store, you show up and you have to queue up in a line outside the grocery store. Our challenge was we wanted to come up with a reservation system that would prevent you from having to do that, so that we could see how many people were scheduled to come to the club. And the term we're using, you heard Annie say it, we're thinking open table. So it's like a restaurant environment, our friends in the restaurant industry. For a popular restaurant, think of it that way. You're going to show, if you have a reservation, you can show up and we've got your space reserved for you. If you don't have a reservation, we're going to let you know what we do have available and when we would have it available. It may be that you would like to do participate in a fitness program that might involve yoga, or you wanted to play tennis, and I don't have that available, but I do have a treadmill or an elliptical available for you to be able to work out on. So as we start back turning on the lights, our focus is to make this as customer friendly to the members as much as possible in a classy, high full service environment where you can think about how you want to look at your day, week, and month and plot the Bay Club services into that schedule of how you're thinking about operating in the new normal. We do believe that the app, the Bay Club Connect 2.0 that we've created is very user friendly, and we're excited to welcome people back and let you know that we're going to have a controlled audience similar to what you've experienced at the grocery stores or some of the retail operators like Home Depot or Target or things like that. So a lot of our structure is focused off of the original group of stores that were able to operate, and how do we learn from them as we've set up these protocols. So it will be new, have patience with us, but we really believe that people will find it to be a very luxurious experience in a very, very tough time. Fair, AA?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And, and we, again, please give us feedback, right? It is new, and we're going to be making sure that we take the feedback and make adjustments as necessary. So let's move on into safety. What do you plan to do if there is another outbreak? Please know that our Bay Club leaders will continue to work with the local, state, and federal authorities, in addition to following CDC guidelines, to maintain the safety of our associates and members at all times at our clubs. What should I do if I see another member not following member safety guidelines? While we trust that we will all work together to keep our club safe, if you happen to see another member not following physical distancing guidelines, please bring this to the attention of an associate immediately. Do I need to wear a mask when visiting the club? Please be aware that we will be adhering to all local and state guidelines regarding the use of masks at our club facilities. Members should be prepared to wear a mask at some point in time during your visit to the club, especially during the initial opening phase. Can I purchase a mask and/or gloves at the club? You should plan on bringing your own mask to the club. However, for your convenience, we will have masks available for purchase, and we will have gloves available upon request for members who wish to use them at the club. Are you asking members to sign any sort of acknowledgement that they will not visit the club if they are sick? Bay Club is working with local, state, and federal authorities to determine proper protocols for acknowledgement of the COVID-19 situation, inherent risk with participating in activities at the club, and acknowledgement of a person's current health condition. Please note, we expect requirements to be fluid based on future local or state guidelines. So let's stop there because I think safety is a pretty important topic that the members, want us to dive into a little bit more.
Yeah, so I think we're going to go back to the original start of the document where we called out the relaunching services, the new normal, a 30-page document that we have worked in concert with federal, state, and local authorities to create a document that's not just for Bay Club, but also is a document that is being used as a leading document for the entire community as all the different small, medium, large, and extra large businesses attempt to find a operating methodology that can allow people to be comfortable in this new normal as part of it. We highly recommend that you go, if you want to know more details and more of the specifics of what Bay Club is doing, please take a look at that document. It'll cover everything that we're doing in fitness, sports, family, and hospitality categories. In addition to that, as we talked, you'll get emails from us and communication from us in each one of the specific environments. So we will be talking to our tennis members and our squash members and our athletic groupings, our aquatics group, our family group, and giving you very specific details and SOPs of what we're doing for each one of those categories as those services begin to be turned back on. Case in point, right now we're going through the very specific protocols that have been put in place for golf. And I'll give you a few examples. On the golf side of the world, we worked through how people arrived on property, whether or not our employees were going to have temperature checks, whether or not our members were going to have a temperature check, whether or not masks were required or not based on each one of the counties, what could happen on the golf course, how many people could be on the golf course, could you use a cart, could you touch the flag stick, could you touch the rake in the bunker, what did you do with someone else's golf ball, could you use the driving range, could you use the bathrooms. Every little detail has been thought through to create a protocol, not unlike, again, we've used the grocery industry, friends like Whole Foods and Woodlands up in Northern California as our guide of how do you provide a high full service, low luxury experience to our customers and bring back on the services that you so love, but have it in a safe and healthy manner. So I think, again, I'm going to point you to for now, to our document, Relaunching Services, the New Normal, for the details for that. And then know that each day, each week, as we go through this opening up of services, we're going to continue to send out more and more information to the membership base based on each one of the individual categories. We'll be posting all of that up on our website so that members are very clear on what the major initiatives that we're taking to make sure you feel safe and healthy at our properties.
I think that's great. It really covers it well, boss. Let's move into community initiatives and programming. Did Bay Club reach out to municipalities to offer assistance to the community? In partnership with our lobbyists who assist us with regulatory requirements in each of the counties in which we operate, Bay Club reached out and offered our facilities for use during this wholly unprecedented time. Possible uses included childcare services for parents with jobs at essential workplaces, temporary shelters for healthcare professionals, and rest places for local authorities. Although we have been unable to finalize any agreements, we continue to have dialogue with all local, state, and federal authorities as we embark on restoring services at the Bay Club. To that note, Bay Club will be offering all first responders who have sacrificed so much during this time a complimentary single-site membership to the club of their choice through August 31st, 2020. How will you communicate future updates? During this time, we have utilized multiple avenues for communication, including bayclubs.com, bayclubconnect.com, and onelombard.com. We will continue our daily Bay email communication to keep members informed and engaged with our programming on a daily basis. In addition, we are using social media as a communication tool and invite you to join our Facebook groups for the following campuses: San Diego, Los Angeles, San Jose, Santa Clara, the Peninsula, East Bay, San Francisco, Marin, and Oregon. Will Bay Club continue providing online content once club services are restored? Yes, we are thrilled so many members have taken advantage of our online content for fitness, sports, family, and hospitality services. We are offering our most popular cardio, strength, and yoga classes, both live and on demand, every day. In addition, we have provided sports programming and family activities. To explore these offerings, visit bayclubs.com and be sure to check back often as new classes are added every day. We will continue this conversation about resuming club services on our discussion series, What Lies Ahead, in the coming weeks. In addition, we will be sharing a series of how-to videos to review the new procedures and booking systems as part of resuming operations, the new normal. And from the entire team at the Bay Club, thank you again for your support from the bottom of our hearts. Please stay safe, and we are so excited to welcome you back to the club soon. Best of health, Matthew. And I would say it's best of health, Matthew, and the whole team. We can't wait to see you back. I'll give it back to you, boss.
We've got 3,000 plus people that have been pulling weight for an extended period of time to try to create a great environment to welcome people back. I would say the last one that I want to put out there is, as we've listened to Governor Newsom and the state of Oregon and each one of the local authorities from San Diego up to Portland, I think the timing of things right now, we see golf is turning on May 5th. We do believe that we'll be able to work out the logistics so that individuals can play tennis in a safe environment, which will have protocols on how you use the tennis balls, because it is shared tennis ball, and how we work through that so that individuals can play tennis. We do believe we're going to be able to turn on quickly lap swimming so that people can use our pools for a fitness perspective, especially outdoors. And then the other big area that was identified in phase 2 was childcare and family. And so we are knee deep right now trying to figure out how the Bay Club can be part of that solution. And I would say stay tuned for a significant amount of information coming out this week regarding what we believe we can do in running mini camps at each one of our campuses from San Diego to Portland to give a huge assistance to the families. This has been when we use the term wholly unprecedented time, the concept of schools closing on March 15th, children being sent home, schools being closed for the remainder of the year and through the summertime. Most of the sports activities that typically are going on right now are suspended. And so if there's, one category that's we're hearing about more than anything else, we're hearing from everybody, but families, and giving the children and the parents a break where could Bay Club step up and be a big solution to that part of the puzzle. That's a piece that we are diving into. We didn't expect that to be part of the discussion in phase 2, but right now the dialogue is 12 individual children in a grouping, those 12 staying together throughout the entire time period and having programming for them. And our campuses that we have from San Diego to Portland really fit perfectly with that outcome. So AA, you're a mom with 4 kids in Walnut Creek that you and I have had hours and hours and hours of discussion on this one. Can you confirm that I think this is one of the biggest topics the two of us have been asked to tackle?
It absolutely is. And, I'll share with the members a little bit of a personal story that I shared with the teams this week. With 4 boys at home, I've got a range of the spectrum in terms of how everybody's doing. And, my 14-year-old, while very self-sufficient with schoolwork, is, not able to play competitive baseball right now. And as these regulations came out this week, in talking with his coaches, they're all dying to get back to, being able to practice, even in small groups. It wouldn't be a team practice. They just don't have anywhere to go because the schools where they would typically play are closed and won't let any kind of these activities happen. And so, brought that to Matthew as an opportunity for us is how can we be, potentially a location to help these kids, that don't have their areas anymore. And the second thing is I have a 10-year-old and he's struggling. This is really hard for him. He wants to be social. Learning independently is a big challenge. And, we've even gone so far as to get him into some therapy because it's just, you can see he's having a hard time. And so the idea of being able to see kids and be able to gather for recreational purposes or educational ones, as that mandates in this new update, stay-at-home order, would be really valuable for him, and for his ability to kind of come out of this and not have, just spiral down. So I as a mom, I'm in this. I'm in this for personal reasons. I'm in this for reasons to support our members, the other moms and dads out there who are trying to figure out how do we do this safe. We talk a lot about that. We talk about what do you feel comfortable with? What's okay for your kids? We have lots of different ages on the senior team at the Bay Club. So we've got a lot of different, opinions and, thought processes. And I hope what I would say is that we are working towards a really good, safe outcome for the kids, but I think it'll be beneficial for them in the long run. So a little long-winded there. Sorry, boss, but near and dear to my heart, as you can tell.
Yeah, I mean, this is, what we've tried to do with What Lies Ahead. We've heard some people saying you guys' sessions are too long and they need to be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And what we made a decision just do is look, have a conversation with you as the Bay Club community and allow you to get to know us a little bit more. Our heart and soul is in this. Every ounce of what we have in our bodies is in this to try to make a great experience for our employees and our customers. And our team has worked immensely hard over the last 45 days. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud of the membership base that's been in concert with us and talking with us and helping us try to figure out how to get there. And we're very appreciative of the government. It's complicated. You've got a government that has basically shut our business, but we know it's in the best interest of the community. And we realize they're in a very tough spot. And we're trying to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. And we realize we've got all these different groups that we need to represent, from fitness, sports, family, and hospitality. Hopefully this letter starts to give more answers to people. Please know we have piles of documents behind this for operating procedures and everything that have been developed over the last 45 days. Each day we're going to be coming out with a different category that will tell you about golf, tell you about tennis, tell you about squash, tell you about family, tell you about fitness, programming, aquatics, and we'll continue to turn the lights on as we're allowed to do with federal, state, and local approval as part of it. We really appreciate your patience. It's been a wild ride, right, AA?
Unbelievable.
I think certain protocols changed 11 times in 3 days of a couple of different activities that we have. And they vary by county, they vary by state, they vary by federal, and we're trying to balance it. We're so appreciative of our Bay Club community, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Stick with us. We're going to get everybody through this, not just Bay Club community, but this entire community that we represent. We're very, very, very appreciative. Thank you.
Thank you. We always end the What Lies Ahead discussion series with what we are thankful for. And from both Matthew and I, we are incredibly grateful and thankful for our Bay Club community. Every step of the way, even some of the tough feedback, we appreciate that our members are willing to.
I don't know about that.
We're thankful for all of you. So with that, we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.